We have one more problem on Demoivre's theorem. If 1 comma omega square are the cube roots of unity, then find the values of the following. A plus 2, first one, a plus 2b whole square plus a omega square plus 2b omega whole square plus a omega plus 2b omega square whole square. So you see here this problem. This is first one, second one, third one you take. This is first one. First one here a plus 2b whole square. This is a square plus 2b whole square plus 2 into a into 2b equal to what? A square plus 4b square plus 4ab. Okay, all of you, this is expansion in terms of a plus b whole square form. So you take this one here, a omega square plus 2b omega whole square is equal to, this is a omega square whole square plus 2b omega whole square plus 2 into a omega square plus into 2b omega 2b omega. So what we have? A square omega power 4 plus 2b omega square 4b square 4b square omega square plus 2 into 2 4 ab omega cube. But omega comma 1 comma omega square are cube root of unity. Cube roots of unity. Then what is the condition? Omega cube is equal to 1 and 1 plus omega square plus omega plus omega square equal to 0. These are the formulas. So this one omega cube into omega, that is a square omega plus 4b square omega square plus here omega cube is equal to 1. So this is 4ab. This is the second one. This is the first one. Okay, all of you. Then after you have to write third one. Third one you square there. You take third one. Third one. This is third one. A omega plus 2b omega square whole square is equal to a square omega square plus 4b square omega power 4 plus 2 into a omega into 2b into omega square. A square omega square plus 4b square. Omega power 4 is omega cube into omega. That is omega cube is equal to 1. Remaining omega plus this is 2ab into omega cube. Omega cube is equal to 1. So this is the equation 3. Okay. We have to write equation 1 plus equation 2 plus equation 3. Then after we have to add this equation 1 and equation 2 plus equation 2. 3. Equation 1 plus equation 2 plus equation 3. That is a plus 2b whole square plus a omega plus 2b omega square whole square. A omega and a omega square plus 2b omega whole square is equal to what? Here this is this one a square plus 2b square plus a square. Here a square. So a square common 1 plus omega square plus 2b square common 1 plus omega 2b common 4b square common 4b square common 1 plus omega square. 4b square, 4b square, 4b square. So plus here 4ab, 4ab here, and also here 4ab, and this is 4ab, 4ab plus 4ab. So what is the 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. So we can written as, so we can written as 1 plus omega square equal to 0. A square into 0 plus b square into 0 plus 4ab plus 4ab 4 plus 4ab 12ab. This 12ab is the answer. Okay, all of you. That's all. Thank you. One more problem. 1 minus omega plus omega square whole cube. The value of this one we have to find. Here 1 minus omega plus omega square whole cube is equal to, you take this as 1, or you take 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. Why? Because 1 comma omega square are cube root unity, cube roots of unity, and omega cube is equal to 1. So 1 plus omega square is equal to what? Minus omega. 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega. So 1 plus omega square minus omega whole cube is equal to minus 2 omega whole cube. So minus 2 whole cube into omega cube. What is omega cube? Omega cube is equal to 1. So minus 8 into 1 is equal to minus 8. Okay, all of you. What is the value of that one? Minus 8 is the answer. That's all of you. Here we have the one more problem from Demoivre's theorem. Here, seventh third problem, 1 minus omega square, 1 minus omega power 4, this omega power 8 value of the given. So we have to find value of the given. We have given 1 minus omega square, 1 minus omega power 4 into 1 minus omega power 8. Here 1 omega square are the cube roots of unity. Then what? Omega cube is equal to 1. 1 plus omega square equal to 0. These are the condition. Omega cube is equal to 1. 1 plus omega square equal to 0. Then 1 omega square are cube roots of unity. Then you can take this one. This is implies and more. Omega power 4 is there. Omega power 4 is equal to omega cube into omega. But what is omega cube? 1. 1 into omega is equal to omega. And 1 over 1 omega power 8 you see. This is omega power 6 into omega square. So omega power 6 can be written as omega cube whole square into omega square. But this is 1 square 1. 1 into omega square is equal to omega square. Then we can rewrite this as 1 minus omega into 1 minus omega square into 1 minus omega into 1 minus omega square. Then what is 1 minus omega into 1 minus omega? 1 minus omega square, 1 minus omega square whole square. 1 minus omega whole square, 1 minus omega square whole square. Expand in the form of a minus b whole square. So a minus b whole square, this is 1 square 1 into plus omega square minus 2 omega. Okay, all of you. this is 1 square 1 plus omega square whole square omega power 4 minus 2 omega square. Okay, all of you, what is 1 plus omega square? 1 plus omega square. 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega, and 1 plus omega is equal to minus omega square. So you have to substitute here. Here 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega. So minus omega, this is minus omega minus 2 omega. 1 and 1 plus this is omega power 4 is nothing but omega. So 1 plus omega is minus omega square. Minus omega square minus 2 omega square. Okay, all of you, this is minus 3 omega into minus 3 omega square. Minus into minus plus 3 into 3, 9 omega cube. Omega cube is equal to 1. Then this value is 9. Okay, all of you, this value is 9. Okay, that's all. Thank you, all of you. We have one more problem. Find the value of a plus b omega plus c omega square by c plus a omega plus b omega square plus a plus b omega plus c omega square by b plus c omega plus a omega square. You see, all of you, for this one here 1 comma omega square are cube roots of unity. So what is 1 plus omega square is equal to 0, one condition, omega cube is equal to 1. So you take this one, a plus b omega plus c omega square by c plus a omega plus b omega square plus a plus b omega plus c omega square by b plus c omega plus a omega square. Here this term you can multiply with omega and divide with omega. This term you can multiply with omega square and divide with omega square. Then how to change this one? 1 by omega into a omega plus b omega square plus c omega cube by c plus a omega plus b omega square plus. So here you can multiply with this one, a omega square plus b omega cube plus c omega power 4 by b plus c omega plus a omega square into omega square. Here what is omega cube? Omega cube is equal to 1. What is omega cube is equal to 1? Omega power 4 is equal to omega cube into omega is equal to omega. Then you have to substitute there these values. So a omega, b omega square, c omega. So this is c omega cube. This is 1. You can write c first. 1 by omega of c plus a omega plus b omega square by c plus a omega plus b omega square plus, okay, c plus a omega plus b omega square. 1 by omega square of this one. You see, you write first b. Omega cube is equal to 1. So b you write first. Next c into omega plus a into omega square by denominator b plus c omega plus a omega square. Okay, all of you. Then Here this one cancel, this one cancel. Then what is the remaining? 1 by omega plus 1 by omega square. Here LCM omega square. Here omega plus 1 is equal to, this is minus omega square by omega square is equal to minus 1. Why? Because omega plus 1 plus omega is equal to minus omega square. So answer of this one is minus 1. So a plus b omega plus c omega square by c plus a omega plus b omega square plus a plus b omega plus c omega square by b plus c omega plus a omega square value minus 1. Okay, all of you. That's all. Thank you. We have one more problem from Demoivre's theorem. We have to find 1 minus omega plus omega square whole power 5 plus 1 plus omega minus omega square whole power 5 value. So here 1 comma omega square are cube roots of unity. Cube roots of unity. Then 1 plus omega square equal to 0, omega cube is equal to 1. 1 plus omega square is equal to 0, omega cube is equal to 1. Then you see all of you, 1 plus omega square is equal to what? 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega. 1 plus omega is equal to what? Minus omega square. So you have to write this 1 plus omega square is equal to minus omega whole power 5 plus 1 plus omega is equal to minus omega square power square whole power 5. This is minus 2 omega whole power 5 plus minus 2 omega power minus 2 omega square whole power 5. So minus 2 power 5 minus 2 power 5 minus 2 power 5 omega plus omega square whole power 5. But omega, from this one, omega plus omega square is equal to minus 1. So minus 2 power 5 into minus 1 whole power 5 is equal to 1, minus into minus plus 2 power 5 is equal to 32 is the answer. 2 power 5 value 32 is the answer. So from the given 1 minus omega plus omega square whole power 5 plus 1 plus omega minus omega square whole power 5 value is 32. Okay, all of you, that's all. We have given one more problem. If 1 comma omega square are the cube roots of unity, then prove that x square plus 4x plus 7 equal to 0, where x is equal to omega minus omega square minus 2. So here we have given 1 comma omega square are cube root of unity. Cube roots of unity means what? 1 plus omega square is equal to 0, omega cube is equal to 1. Are the two conditions satisfied? Then one more given, x is equal to omega minus omega square minus 2. X is equal to omega minus omega square minus 2. You can take into this side, x plus 2 is equal to omega minus omega square. Then x plus 2 whole square is equal to square on both sides, omega minus omega square whole square. Then what is x square? A plus b whole square form x square plus 4 plus 4x is equal to, here omega square plus omega square whole square minus 2 into omega square. Then what is x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to, this is omega square plus omega power 4 minus 2 omega cube. But what is omega cube? Omega cube is equal to 1 and omega power 4 is equal to omega cube into omega, you write. So what is the, this is implies x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to omega square. Omega square, this is omega plus omega and minus 2, minus 2. But here 1 plus omega square equal to 0 from this one. Omega plus omega square is equal to 1 minus 1, we know that. So x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to this value minus 1 and minus 2. So x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to minus 3. You can take into this side. X square plus 4x, 4 plus 3, 7 is equal to 0. X square plus 4x plus 7 equal to 0. So x square plus 4x plus 7 equal to 0. Okay, all of you. That's all. Thank you. Here you see, all of you. Question number 9. Simplify cos alpha plus I sin alpha whole power 5 by sin beta plus I cos beta whole power 8. We have to simplify this one. We know that I is equal to root minus 1, iota is equal to root minus 1, iota square is equal to minus 1, iota power 3 is equal to minus I, and iota power 4 is equal to 1. Iota is equal to root minus 1. Iota square is equal to minus 1. Iota cube is equal to minus I. Iota power 4 is equal to 1. And minus iota square is equal to 1. Minus iota square is equal to 1. 1 is equal to, you can write minus iota square. Then you see cos alpha plus I sin alpha, iota sin alpha whole power 4 by, here this one you can write minus I square sin beta plus I cos beta whole power 8. From denominator you take common I common, then what is, this is cos alpha plus I sin alpha whole power 8 by, denominator you take common I power 8. Then I common, what is this here, cos beta. I common remaining I sin beta whole power 8. But I power 8 is equal to what? I power 8 is equal to I power 4 whole square. I power 4 is equal to 1. 1 square is equal to 1. Okay, all of you? Then here this value is 1. What is the remaining? This is power 4. What is the remaining? You see, we know that cos alpha plus I sin alpha whole power n is equal to cos n alpha plus I sin n alpha. Okay, all of you? Then, and also 1 by cos alpha plus I sin alpha. 1 by cos alpha minus I sin alpha is equal to cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Okay, by using this formula, so here this can be written as cos alpha plus I sin alpha into 1 by cos alpha minus I sin alpha is equal to what? Cos alpha plus cos beta. Cos beta plus I sin beta whole power 8. This is whole power 4. So here this can be written as in Euler form e power I alpha into e power I beta. This is whole power 4. This is whole power 8. then e power I alpha whole power 4, e power I beta whole power 8, e power I of 4 alpha plus 8 beta. So this is general form. So cos 4 alpha plus 8 beta plus I into sine 4 alpha plus 8 beta. So this is the simplification of this one. Okay, all of you, cos of 4 alpha plus 8 beta plus I into sine of 4 alpha plus 8 beta. Okay, all of you, that's all.